Hey Travis kiddos! Today I want to go over place value and also the workbook pages, which are some of my favorite thinking cap problems, which I'm very disappointed that we don't get to do it in person, but it's a lot of fun. So you'll have fun doing it at home with your parents and hopefully come up with a lot of different things to do. I don't want to get too much into that yet. Let's get into place value. So when we talk about place value, we talk about tens, ones, hundreds. As you get up in more difficult math, you might talk about thousands, 10,000s, etc., or even the decimal places. But for first grade, we're going to focus on the ones, the tens, and a little bit of the hundreds place. So if I wrote the number 145, we have the hundreds place, the tens place, and the ones place. So there are 5 ones, 4 tens, and 100. Okay, so if I asked you to underline the number in the tens place or the digit, so you would underline 4 because 4 is in the tens place. There are 4 tens. Okay, so since we have 4 tens here, I'd like you to think of a number that also has 4 tens. Go ahead, take a minute to try your best, see how many things you can come up with. Here are some ideas. So, 41 has 4 tens. 40 has 4 tens. 149 has 4 tens. What about 14? Does that have 4 in the tens place? It has 4 in the ones place, but that one does not have 4 tens. Okay, so be careful with this. Think of all the numbers with 4 in the tens place that you can come up with, or at least a bunch of them. Okay, let's try another one. What about a number with 6 in the ones place? What can you come up with? I can come up with 6. That has 6 in the ones place. 16. You can go in order here to help you. 26. What else could you think of? 36. 46. You could keep going. 56. They all have 6 in the ones place. So 6 ones all the way down. Okay, keep going. Find more on your own. How about a 0 in the ones place? That one's a little bit trickier. See what you can think of. 0 in the ones place. The number 10 has 0 in the ones place. The number 20 has 0 in the ones place. 100 has 0 in the ones place. How about 107? Does that have 0 in the ones place? That one has 0 in the tens place and 7 in the ones place. So that one does not have 0 in the ones place. You keep going, and if you'd like, and come up with more numbers focusing on place value, either identifying what digit is in the a certain place. So if you're asking what is in the tens place, you can write out some numbers and tell which digit is the tens place. You could continue to find different numbers with certain digits in certain spots. So go ahead, keep practicing that. Or get ready for our math workbook pages. Today we have put on your thinking cap. So go ahead, put it on, snap it in, tie it tight, make sure it's nice and snug, do whatever else you need to do to get it on there, and then turn it on. Doodly-doo. Make sure it's on. And you can turn to page 105 in the math workbook pages. So this one is, it's a lot of fun because we get to come up with so many different things and different combinations of numbers. So for those of you that don't know what this is an old school telephone. We used to have phones that looked like that. And the numbers, I'll show you up close. The numbers also had letters on them. So for those of us that used to text with the letters, text with the numbers making the letters, this game will be fun for you too. So what we're going to do is we are going to add up words. We're going to use the corresponding number to the letters that we use to spell out the words and then add them up. So for example, you see the word yes. So yes, Y here on the 9, E there on the 3, and S on the 7. So you add 9 plus 3 plus 7. Now you can choose how you want to add those 3 numbers. You can find a 10. You can add 2 numbers first, then add on the 3rd. That's up to you how you want to add them. But let's do some practice. So on here, you're going to have some more things that you can do those parts on your own. I don't want to walk you through all of the problems, but I want to give you some other things to do. So use your first name. Add up your first name. If you have a long one, you're going to have a lot of work to do. If you have a short one, you don't have as long of one to do. So I'm going to use my first name. My first name is Lila. So Lila. So L here on my telephone, L is 5. I is 4, L is 5, and A is 2. So I'm going to add those up and see how much my name is. So 5 plus 5 I know is a 10. I'm going to start there. So 5 plus 5 is 10. And then I'm going to go ahead and add the other 2. So 4 plus 2 is 6. So then 10 plus 6 equals 16. So Lila equals 16. So you go ahead and try your name. If you want to try your first name, go ahead. If you want to try your last name, go ahead. My last name's a little bit longer than my first name, so I'm going to go ahead and try that one. If you want to add your first and last together for an extra challenge, you can. So there's my last name. So K is 5, O is 6, R is 7. I used to know these way better. I didn't even have to peek. P is 7, E is 3, and L is 5, and L is 5. So I have a lot going on here, so I might break it down and find some 10s and separate it out. So luckily, I have a 10 here, 5 and 5. I have a 10 here, 7 and 3. That worked out quite nicely. So I already have 20 here. Then I have 5, 6, and 7. So you can add 5 plus 6 and then add the 7 more, then add it all together. Or if you want to break it all up into 10s and 1s, we can do that too. So I can split up. I'm going to use another 5. So 5 and 5 made a 10. And then I have 1 here. And then I'm going to put my 1 and 7 together to make 8. So I have 10 plus 10 plus 10, or 3 10s. So 10 plus 10 plus 10 equals 30, 3 10s. And then I'm going to add the 8. So 30 plus 8 equals 30, not 36, 38. So Corpel is 38. You can use your name, you can use your family members' names, you can just think of any word you want to add together. It's super fun to get to add up words based on the numbers, and it's a little bit nostalgic for some of us that actually had phones like that in the past, be them landlines or cell phones. So lots of options there, and here it gives you a little bit more specific instructions. So you have to find a 3-letter word with a value of 14. A value of 14 means that when you add up those 3 letters, it makes 14. So yes made 19. So see if you can find a real word that makes 14 when you add up the letters. If you can't find a real word, think up a nonsense word. That's fine. There are a couple ways you can do that. You can use guess and check. You can think of 3-letter words, add them up, see where you're at. You can think of what numbers would go together to make 14, and then think of a word using the letters on those numbers. So like 5 plus 5 plus 4. I'm really on 5 plus 5 today. So 5 plus 5 plus 4. Look at the letters you have here and see if you could think of a word using those letters. Or 8 plus 2 plus 4. Think of what you could do to, what letters you could put together there. Okay, so that's this question. Then you have find a word that has the same value as boat. So you're going to have to figure out boat first, and then you're going to have to think up other words that have the same value as boat. It doesn't tell you how many letters in the word, so you can get even more creative with that one. And then think of a 4-letter word, find its value, and ask your friend or family member, since we're just saying family right now, to guess the word. So go ahead, do those activities with your family. I think they're super fun. I think it's a great page to work on. And you can take it as far as you want. You can just answer those questions the best you can. You can extend it for however long you want. Our other thinking cap question is this problem solving. So it says there are 6 bicycles and tricycles at Sunshine Daycare Center. There are 16 wheels in all. How many bicycles are there? So there are 6 vehicles altogether. The vehicles are the bicycles and tricycles. Okay? And in all, there are 16 wheels. How many bicycles are there? So you're going to have to figure out what combination of the bicycles and tricycles, 6 of them total, which would have 16 wheels. So you notice a bike has 2 wheels, a tricycle has 3 wheels, and their suggestion is draw a picture to help you. So drawing a picture of a bike is a little tough for me, and a tricycle might even be harder. So what I like to do for this one is I just show the 2 wheels. That's a bike for me. And maybe show 3 wheels. You could make it like that. That's a tricycle for me. Or you could do the lines connecting however you want. But 6 vehicles, some are bikes, some are tricycles. See how you can figure out a way to use those vehicles with 16 wheels. See if there's maybe more than one solution to the problem. Drawing a picture really does help, because here I have 2 vehicles, 1, 2, 1 bike, 1 trike, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wheels. That's why I draw them like this, is to represent the wheels so I can count them. Okay, so go ahead, try that out. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm happy to help. If you want to tell me how much your name equals when you add it up, go ahead and let me know either in the comments or in emails. I miss you guys. Like I said, I wish we could be doing this one together because it's one of my favorites. Have fun with it. Happy learning.